Okay, the other option is to roll it to an IRA when you retire.
Yeah, thanks, Loren. You did a great job breaking down the 401k. Let's take a look at the IRA now. And I love just some of what you did, knowing that when we're working with our families, so often there's so many decisions to make. We know there's trade-offs to both of them. So even here with what we're focusing on today, we know there's trade-off if we leave in the 401k. We know there's trade-off if we roll it out to an IRA. So when we think about the IRA, one of the biggest advantages, this is a conversation that we frequently have with our families. It is about control. And what you want to be thinking about is when your money's in a 401k plan, that is your employer's plan. They get to make all the decisions around that plan. They get to provide the investment lineup, the matching, who the plan administrator is, who provides you with your statements. Basically everything around that is at the control of the employer. When your money is in the IRA, we all say all the time, that is your plan. So now it's your account, it's in your name, it's at the custodian of your choice, and now you have this entire universe of investments that you can consider to invest with those funds. Most individuals are familiar with mutual funds. So those are the 401k plans, the employer plans. So that's what most of those plans consist of, and those are your investment options. When you get into the IRA, now you have so much more open to you. We can look at all these other different investment options. From a tax withholding standpoint, there's some set rules in place. As you take distributions from your 401k, most of those plans are required to withhold a certain amount. From a federal standpoint, it's 20% that they are required to withhold, and then it can vary on your states, but within the state of Iowa, they're required to withhold 5%. So a total of 25% will be withheld as you take distributions out of your 401k plan. That may or may not be the right amount for your situation. So with the IRA, you now have full control of that. You can withhold as little as zero. You can withhold whatever amount is needed that makes the most sense for your plan for that year, and depend on how much of a distribution you're taking. And then I mentioned a little bit before about the investment options. There's a lot more out there than just mutual funds. We can consider really the entire universe. We can look at more transparent investments. That's a conversation that we have frequently with our families, is just make sure you understand all the different investment options out there, the pros and cons to them, just like a lot of the pros and cons that we're talking about from different accounts. We have those same pros and cons with the different investment options that are out there. As far as the disadvantages for the IRA, contribution limits. Loren mentioned how sizable the contribution limits can be for 401k plans. $20,500 if you're below 50, up to $27,000 every year if you're age 50 plus. From an IRA standpoint, that contribution limit is $6,000 if you're under age 50, and it's $7,000 if you're age 50 plus. So quite a bit less that you're able to put into an IRA in a given year. No loans. So that talks about the accessibility. So 401k plans do allow you to take loans against your account balance. You don't need to take the distribution and maybe pay taxes or penalties on it. You can then help get the funding that you need to cover whatever life event that we're dealing with that is requiring the loan. In an IRA, it's not very common, and in fact not an option at all, to be able to take the loans against that IRA balance. And then the 59.5 withdrawal. So with IRAs, if you try to take any distributions prior to age 59.5, in most situations you're going to be looking at a 10% penalty. The 401ks, there are situations where if you retire within the year that you turn age 55, that you can take distributions from your 401k to cover that time period from 55 until age 59.5. The key around the age 59.5 is that is the youngest retirement age in the eyes of the IRS. So if you are fortunate enough in a position to be able to retire early or retire prior to 59.5, you want to be very intentional about what you do with that 401k balance. You may want to leave some funds in there to help provide you for your lifestyle from age 55 until you do hit that age 59.5 number.
Thank you for watching this clip of Retirement Today, and don't forget to subscribe. If you have questions about your retirement plan, take advantage of the complimentary 15-minute retirement checkup phone call.